morning and welcome to today's Daily Dose. True story. I met a man in Walmart the other day and I was kind of following him around because he had a shirt on that I've started reading shirts, and he had a shirt on that said Chestify, but I couldn't read the rest of it. And so I was like, I followed him. I'm reading shirts everywhere, and I ran into him and I talked for a moment, and he said, people are just putting it out there on their shirts. That's how we're communicating these days. And I thought about it, and he's right. But if you go home and look up Chestify, there's no definition on dictionary.com, but there's a bunch of t-shirt sites that come up. And we are, or some of us, we're putting out what we think and what we feel on our t-shirts. And you pay attention to what my shirt says because it's really important. And look at what I'm saying. And, good, bad, indifferent, whatever. We're wearing shirts with our opinions on them. So I started thinking about my shirts because I'm a t-shirt girl, and I have this one that says "It is well with my soul," and I love it, and it's comfortable, it's soft, and I feel elevated when I wear it. But my competing t-shirt that I also like to wear a lot doesn't give anywhere near that kind of positive message. So I really started thinking about what I wanted to project. And so I got into the t-shirt thing, and I really like them, and I'm starting to build a collection. And they're fun, and I've actually had people, comment on them and talk to me about them. And I've been real surprised that even during the day, as I catch the color of the shirt or something like that, it'll remind me that what the shirt says. And it draws me closer, takes me a little bit away from me and a little bit closer to Jesus. Because it's hard out there, y'all. It's all the time. There's negative stuff going on. So anything I can grab to help me get closer to Jesus is good for me. And I keep praying that if somebody mentions this shirt, I'll be really prepared to talk to them about the truth, which kind of leads to my second true story of the day, Micah chapter 6, verse 8. Now, you may know this verse already, and I'm going to read it out of the NIV version in just a moment. But first, I want to tell you the Pastor Bruce and Miss Jean translation for me. About 15 years ago, I was living here married to Rex, and I went home to Georgia to visit. And while I was there, I learned that the mom of a childhood friend of mine had passed away, and I wanted to go to the funeral home and go visit during visitation to offer my condolences to the family. And as I was walking into the funeral home, Pastor Bruce and Miss Jean, who had been my adult Sunday school teacher, were coming out. And I don't even know if I said hello to them, but I immediately launched into my lament of my situation, that I was on vacation and I wasn't prepared for this kind of event, and I didn't have the right clothes to be at this visitation, and I have no idea how many times that pronoun came out of my mouth in a short few seconds. And I can just imagine looking back how badly they were rolling their eyes in their head mentally as they thought, "Law, child, have we not taught you anything?" But Bruce laughed at me and he said, "This really isn't about you." And that was a mic drop moment for me. Mercy buckets, how many times have I heard that voice over and over again over the years? That sentence, it puts me in my place. It relieves the pressure of the worldly things going on, if I can let it, when I focus on me and my responsibilities. And it can redirect me to whatever person or event is right in front of me that really is important. But most of all, that sentence refocuses me on the one that it really is all about. Now, I know I can't be the only one that struggles with this arrogant kind of the universe revolves around me mentality. Everything in our society tries to keep us focused on ourselves, me, and not humbly walking with our God. Thankfully, Jesus keeps giving us tools to try to fight it. There's been songs written about it. It's all about you, Jesus. There are sermons preached on it all the time. And as I've looked through the last several months, there have been quite a few daily doses to try to help us deal with this particular issue. And then there's always that loving friend who gently corrects us when our pride and self-centeredness gets a little out of control. So back to the NIV version of Micah chapter 6, verse 8. He has shown you, O mortal, what is good. And what does the Lord require of you? To act justly and to love mercy and to walk humbly with your God. That's an amazing help these days, right? And it sums up all at once a lot of what we really need to hear, especially now. Act justly, love mercy, and walk humbly with your God. I find that actually when I can take a little bit of myself and elevate Him and walk a little bit more humbly with my God, the rest of those kind of fall into place. I can act more justly. I can be more merciful. And I want to walk more humbly with my God. So, if you have one, grab a shirt and join me in the Chestify game to remind us and each other that less of us means more of Him, and that Jesus is what it really is all about. Have a great day.